So first, I'm just going to remind everybody about our MM100. So if you have people that are wanting to join us, your promo codes expire at the end of August. Krista, we have promo codes, extras in the team if you need them. So if anybody needs more, whatever, we have tons of promo codes. But those expire at the end of the month. So I would make sure that you're inviting, following up. If you're already doing the workouts and the programs, just share why you love them, right? Like for me, these early mornings have really changed my life. So I'm gonna lead with that and be like, trust me, I was not down for the mornings either. But we also have a flash sale this weekend.
They're gonna be calling you in just a minute.
Okay.
To verify your address and like
Beautifully Made. Got it. Beautifully Made is running a flash sale this weekend, and it's a group. I shared it in there, and basically they're just posting all of the packages that are already on sale, and they're going to give away prizes and stuff. So if you have talked to anybody in the last couple months about joining us, just get them in there. Just send them a message to say, hey, we're having a flash sale, lots of sales, promotions, but we're also doing a bunch of giveaways. So there are things that are on sale that weren't on sale last time we talked, or, you know, I love a good deal. Do you want to go in there and just check it out? No pressure, right? Whatever. I need you to get people in to the flash sale this weekend. Anytime the team runs any of these groups, this is a great opportunity for you guys because you don't have to do the work. You just have to get people in there, and then they get all the information and they get all hyped up about it. So that's happening this weekend. I think that people need to start prep week by August 29th, August 30th in order to join us. I guess August 30th would be the last day, because that would be 5 days of prep week, and then they could join us on the 4th. So August 30th is the cutoff. And I don't know if it works for everybody, but like I have a couple like teachers, and they get their first paycheck August 30th. So so I'm like, hey. So if you know teachers that are going back to school, but even, you know, it's harder for people to get to the gym and to get to classes and to run outside and to do things that they normally do when the weather is nice. It's harder for them to do those activities in the winter. So even just doing 100 days with us, doing 3 months of BOD and the MM100 or something like that would be great for them. You know, people are going back to school, people are getting back into routines, sports are coming up. So I'm going to be, and keep this in mind, guys, I'm going to be talking about my Energize. I'm going to be talking about my Hydrate. I'm going to be talking about my morning time now that my daughter is into kindergarten. And you may think that's easier because one's gone, but she's my helper, right? So I'm going to be sharing all of that. And this is the last group that we will bring into the MM100 that they will need to buy something. So if you have someone that wants to join you and does not make it at this cutoff, well, now you get to tell them that they can join us next month and they don't need the extra. However, I will say that they're still going to want the journal and the calendar, and right now it's free. It's free, guys. So I'll share the message that I send, but it's the promo code. It's insane. It's bananas. Let me find it. Hang on, because I sent it to somebody and they were like, I seriously get all of that for $150, and I was like, yeah. So it's this. Now, I already had a conversation with her. And she said, I'm definitely in need of something that is convenient and at home. How much is the on-demand? Okay. So and then my message was, it's only $99 for 12 months membership. You can get either Shaco or Performance Line over 60% off, plus free access and materials to the new program right now, which is true. And then I said, because of the launch and with launch pricing, you can get, and listen to how I break this down, guys, real easy. you can get 12 months access to BOD, parentheses, $99, plus early access to MM100, plus the tools, parentheses, $70, and either a full bag of Shakeology, $130, or our performance line, Energize and Recover, which I love, $110, plus a shaker mug. You get all of that for just $150 with my promo code right now. Guys, that's like $300 worth of stuff that I just rambled off there. And then I'm like, hey, you can get that today for $150. If you know somebody who goes to the gym, I'm not saying that they have to do this but maybe just even making a post, like one of those like background colored posts of, I was just talking to a friend the other day, how much do you guys pay for a month membership at your gym? Or how much would it cost you for 100 classes at your gym?
I have a notepad going right now where I'm pricing out all of the gyms around me for that to be a future post of mine, because it 100% is the most cost effective option, at least in my surrounding area. And that's honestly excluding the fact of any kind of daycare for me, just general gym membership. Just that. Sorry, just had to throw that in there.
No, yeah. And so Grace Gonzalez, she's a new coach on our team. She still likes to go to the gym because it's the only hour and a half that she gets that is kid-free time. And so I said to her, you can download these on your phone and do them at the gym. And she said her gym even has one room that she can hook it up and go it on the speakers. And she did Core Inferno in there the other day. And I said, that's awesome. Take your tripod and show the world that even if you still need your kid-free time at the gym and you have your gym membership, you can still do this. And it's like you're getting a personal trainer. And she's only working out for 30 minutes at the gym now, and then she can go sit in the sauna or do whatever because she got it done. And she doesn't have to spend an hour and a half on the death machine or whatever. She can actually like do her workout, have some relaxing kid-free time, and then call it a day, right? Whatever. So I was like, that's going to be a huge part of your target market. Normally, maybe you'd say to yourself, well, I'm working out at the gym. How can I be a coach? How can I share this? Easy, right? So whatever works for you, I just want to make sure you guys are always sharing it. Okay, do you guys have any questions about the MM100 or any of that? Okay, so we've got flash sale coming on this weekend. We got people getting into the
Help her over.
Morning Meltdown 100.
She has it, so I wouldn't help her because she's stronger than me.
Guys, I want to make sure that you're understanding that for $160, they normally get BOD and either of those things, the performance line or Shakeology. They get either one of those plus BOD for $160. Normally. Right now, for $10 cheaper, they also get a B100 journal, a calendar, and a nutrition plan that I'm obsessed with. Have you tried those recipes in there? They're so good.
I forgot it was
right?
on. I don't have Bluetooth on.
That's Krista. Okay, so it's a heck of a deal, guys. I just need to, just start talking to people about it. Okay, so I am going to pass it over to Julie, and she's going to talk to us about, I thought Julie was a coach before she was actually a coach because of the way that she showed up on Instagram and just how she carried herself and knew her brand. And she was always interacting like we do on posts like coaches. She was cheering people on. She was replying to messages. And I was like, so what team are you on? And she's like, I'm not. And so, one, be on the lookout for those people because they will make good coaches because they're already doing the things. And so when she was like, I was like, girl, you need to. So I just wanted her to share because she was already doing these things even before she started coaching. And so I wanted her to share. So I'm going to mute myself. Take it.
Okay. So I've never hosted or talked by myself before, so please excuse me in my nervousness. Or possibly commenting on my child doing things she shouldn't be doing. Okay, so I've liked Instagram over Facebook for a long time because I just always have. When well, I guess it's because my family didn't know how to use Instagram for a long time. So I like that I could be my true self on Instagram versus on Facebook. It was a lot more like, hello, very conservative family of mine, very generic nonsense. And now I'm shifting over just all of my social media as honest as I possibly can instead of just one platform versus the other. So on Instagram, I've just always posted, I like to say, like, pictures of things I value, things I care about, just my true self. Exactly. Um, and so I post pictures. If you go on my Instagram, it's a lot of my kid now. It used to be a lot of Jason, my husband. And it is now a lot of my kid and a lot of me transitioning as a mom and as a homeowner. Our color wheel has been very helpful for people who struggle with trying to figure out who you are and things that you want to post about. If you don't know what the color wheel is, Melissa or myself can post it and share it on the team page later. But I've always just liked to post things about true to myself. Like in my backyard, you can see right behind me, there's my composters. Nobody knows what composting is. Okay, except for Melissa, my few gardeners, sorry. Like, people have no idea what it is. They think it's like super scary and like intimidating and disgusting, and my backyard smells like dying animals, and that's not the case. I post authentically, like, hey, you already are eating vegetables? Maybe you should put them in a little box and just put them in your yard with some scraps and yada yada yada, whatever my post may be about. Just generic stuff. Things that speak to you are going to speak to other people. So you don't post stuff that you see on like Shalene Johnson, or however you say her last name. Don't post her stuff, because that's not you. Don't post Melissa's stuff if that's not you. Post things that matter to you, the things that bring value to you. Like the Amazon rainforest is on fire right now. Those are things that are valuable to me. I care about the world and the ecosystem. So not spending money driving in my car, going to the gym, those are all little contributing factors that all circle back into things that aren't related to Beachbody but are related to Beachbody. You can cycle them all throughout each other in your daily life, and the more you post, the more interaction you'll get. And comment on other people's stuff, like genuinely stuff that you value and appreciate, and make friends with your followers. I use several apps. I use the Followers app. It's on Android. I'm sure that it's also on Instagram, but I go through who's following me and who I'm following, and I was doing this before Beachbody, to see who's genuinely interacting on my page. If I'm following someone and they're not following me and I'm interacting on their page a lot, there's probably no point if I've been doing it for a couple months and they're not interacting back onto my page. So there are some people I've found that I've made friends with, some people I'm not finding actual friendships with. Some pages I follow and they don't interact with me. I mean, so as you go, interact and find things that speak to you, and post your own. Post your own things that matter to you, and just be authentic. I found April on Instagram, and I found Melissa through April. Actually, I found you technically on Facebook, but you had made that Facebook post about those mean girls being mean to you about your hashtag sober. And that's how I found your Instagram. But I never interacted with you on Facebook, to prove my point more. Yeah, I was like, I can't hear you. But exactly, like, just to prove my point more, I interact on Instagram way more than I interact on Facebook. Someone was being mean to Melissa, and I didn't even know her, had no knowledge of, like, other than her, she was a coming out as a Canna mom like myself, and it grinds my gears. Talk about a crazy lady. Hi, that's me. I had an Instagram duel with these people over some random lady I didn't know, and her name is Melissa, and I love her now.
And when people do that for you, that's your tribe.
Yes.
So when I was like, so what team are you on? And she's like, none. I was like, well, then you better get your ass on a team. And it wasn't pushy. It wasn't
Not at all.
pushy at all. When I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
I was like, I
basically
don't know.
forced her to sign up. Like, but she went to bat for me. You know what I mean? Like, you get to know people, and you're right. Like, you follow. Anyways, gonna keep going.
Exactly. You follow people, you find people who speak to your soul. Like, it's so crazy. I actually found a mom in the UK that I'm friending who she has a lot of weight image or body image issues, and she's trying to figure out she's trying to figure out how to come back into the world. And I'm like, hi, you're beautiful. Who cares if you have funny photos with not cute angles? We all do that. You're beautiful. I love you. And I've been planting the seed with her. Yeah, Ruth, tell him. I've been planting the seed with her. And so I'm just slowly drawing her in. It doesn't have to be like, hey, oh my God, I love your Instagram page. Do you want to come join my team? No, nobody wants that. I used to do all the, oh, sorry, Ruth wants to see. I used to do all the time. They're called follow loops. They're free, and you get tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of followers. I used to do them every day, and now I do them once a month. But on Instagram, you go to a page and you like somebody's page, their post, and then you have to follow every person they're following. So you're getting a lot of real followers, real people, but the catch is you're not searching for your people, you're just making tons and tons of followers. So it's bittersweet. I've made out of the 500 random followers I've made 5 future Beachbody friends, which is good and bad. It's a lot of work, which is why I don't do it a ton anymore. But you will find authentic people on the internet. It's hard. It is a bit of work, at least I have felt like it is. But when you find your people, it makes it worth it. Even if you find one, and I mean, I have not signed anyone up off of Instagram. I've only signed people up through my Facebook currently, but I've built the most seeds through Instagram 100%. And those seeds are blossoming very slowly, but they're blossoming. I also go very slow. I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to be like, hi, boom, here's my sale, because that's not the case. It is genuinely trying to find people who I feel will fit within our tribe. So I am being very selective with that. I'm posting things that I feel are most valuable. Yes, I've been trying to implement the following power hour as well. It's been hard because I've been sick this past week, but that's neither here nor there. So post about your real life. If your real job, if Beachbody's not your real job, and it's long and hard and exhausting, post about it. People want to hear that your life isn't rainbows and butterflies, because nobody's life is perfect. Be authentic, be true to yourself, do your color wheel, and post about your stuff. I have a format that I've been using since I started Beachbody. I do 8 pictures, 1 black and white quote of some sort, and I do that every 9th picture. So my visual scheme on Instagram is a certain format. So there are apps who can break that down for you. There's one, it's called Preview. You have to pay for that, but it can set up each block for you if you want to preload posts and set them up, and you don't want to have to actually post them manually. I do add transformation posts. So in the 8 pictures, I try and do at least one of me, one of Ruth, like one of something that's not us, because then I feel like if you scroll through, it's just pictures of me and her and me and her and me and her and me and her. And unless you're a mom, you don't want to look at that. So I try and find some variation. I do my transformation posts within the 9. I don't always do them every 9. It might be like every other 9, but there's always some sort of non-scale victory or transformation post in there. Maybe not a full side-by-side, but like, oh, my pants are fitting differently, or my shirt, or exactly some sort of victory or transformation. So I mean, talk about things casually. I do try and do at least one call to action within every 9 pictures also. Because I mean, if you're posting once every day, that's only one call to action a week, theoretically, if you're doing that. And then apps. Let me go over a couple apps. Oh, what kind of call to action do I do? I try and do something. I do general stuff, like my last post was me being sick, and now I'm finally over it, and I did something light at the end, like, now it's time to finally get back to my healthy hustle because I've been sick, and direct message me. I usually say direct message me because that's most convenient. You're already on Instagram, so just click the little arrow and message me is how I see it, versus you trying to assume what my email is or going to my bio and clicking there. I feel like getting people to try and go to my link tree is like pulling teeth. So I'm like, hey, message. Messaging back and forth is easier for me. Now I get a little tongue-tied in my conversation once I get to it, but initial how to contact me is I say message me. Especially because Facebook has had the issues now with the very specific wording, and I feel like that's been challenging for me to overcome. So DM me is most easy for me, and I just like to throw it in real light, not like something crazy. Just like, hey, I'm getting back into it. My next program starts. Do you guys want to come? It's gone down. Interesting. See, it could be.
They rolled out those changes. I wouldn't say like a ton, but definitely a little bit. Like when I did my free pizza post, like normally when I post about free groups, it's like crazy.
You get like 20 or 30 posts at a time, or comments at a time usually.
Granted, good example on that is I made 1, maybe 2 posts about my free pizza group. That's it. I didn't talk about it in my stories. I didn't share about it on the regular, and that's what happens because people, even if 50 to 100 people see it, well, that's it on that one day. Like, you have to talk about it all
repetitively,
the stories on the regular. Like, they need to see it so much that they're almost like, wait, what the crap is she talking about?
Yes, exactly. And it's hard for me to do lives and stories. I mean, I'm technically struggling through this. But if you have issues with that, preload videos. I mean, Snapchat is a great place to record a video, save it, and then you can even load it onto Instagram. If you want to have a video that you can load to Instagram and Facebook, and you want to make different edits on your story with it. I mean, you can record your video 14 times before you post it. You don't have to. I've noticed that, like Melissa has talked about, like, making sure you engage on your page and post. I've noticed that posting on my Instagram stories more actively has gotten me more consistent followers, people commenting and responding to my workout stuff, because that's where I put 90% of my workout stuff is in my stories. I don't post much on my my Instagram posts about it. I'll do like transformation posts or like a pose here and there, but I don't do videos very much or boomerangs on my Instagram posts. I do it in your stories. Do tons of them. I mean, do some in the morning and a couple in the afternoon and spread them out, or take a couple videos in the morning and save them for the afternoon and set a reminder in your phone to post at like noon or 12:30. Yes, it's crazy. I have over 350 views on my stories. Yeah. And now I get less than half of that is interaction, but viewing is viewing. That means they're seeing it, they're thinking about it, and there's people all over everywhere. So don't be afraid. Put yourself out there. Worst case scenario, they stop following you. They're not a part of your tribe anyway. Yes, I would agree. I've been trying to do more story or more polls, and any kind of polls. You know, the 3 poll where somebody has to guess like something about you, or you know, like, oh man, I don't know what to do today. Should I go get coffee, or do you think that I should go do this or go do that? And then you get to mark which one you really want to do and have people, you know, poll on it. If you're already going to do it, who cares? It's just getting people to interact on your page, and getting them to interact with minuscule stuff and nonsense is a great way to get them interacting more and more and more towards your actual goal, like getting them in with your Beachbody, changing their life, making them healthy, making your business flourish, getting some cash, whatever your goal is. Post, be yourself, and ask stuff. I mean, don't be afraid, because nobody's here to like judge you, and anybody that is, you have a tribe, and me, I will mean girl the hell out of them. I won't mean girl you, but I will mean girl them, because it's not nice.
When I started sharing openly about my cannabis card, I had almost 7,000 followers. I have consistently lost followers since I started sharing. And I noticed that every time I make a cannabis post, not necessarily the stories, but a post,
Like a boom.
I lose a chunk of followers. And every time I do that, guys, I'm like, good, weed them out. No pun intended. Because they're not my tribe, right? If they're going to me for a medicine that I'm loving, then get out of here, right? And that's cool. But I started gaining back followers after doing this networking thing. But also, when I do the network thing, I go to a cannabis page. I have learned they are my tribe. We are just a different breed. And then if that's not your thing, that's cool. If it's a faith-based, because they will be your tribe. If cannabis is if your cannabis is faith, then your tribe will also have the same. And 100%. So this is recorded, so I want everybody else to know watching it that it doesn't have to be that. But go to an anxiety, you know, like I said, go to something
like that. To you, exactly.
Yes, and it's something that you're sharing about on the regular, because then they're going to come see and they're going to automatically see that share. I love, like in the networking power hour, she said she loves to show friends, and so she goes to the friends page. I also love friends, but I never post about it, like ever. So somebody that loves friends isn't necessarily going to be my tribe. Not that that's a bad person to add, but I want to target more pages to follow, or to follow the followers of, that will be my tribe.
Yeah, that speak a little more deeply.
Yeah, even finding that. So I just want you guys to know that sometimes by being your genuine self, also though, guys, since I started sharing about cannabis, I have more interaction on my Instagram. I lose followers every time, but I have more interaction, and more people come out of the woodwork every time I make that post, because they're like, oh yeah, she's my girl, right? And the people that aren't, they leave, and it's cool. So I just want to share that. All right, we have 7 minutes left, so share some of the apps with us.
Okay, apps that I like to use.
Yeah.
Okay, I like Video Shop for editing videos. speeding them up. If you are trying to do like a more quick time lapse, editing, like just cutting them and making them shorter. Melissa's previously recommended Snapseed. That is a great app. I like to use that for filters. I've been using that more. Though I got my little ring from Jessica, so I'll be utilizing that the most. And then Unfold is great for stories, like beautifying things and making it look more seamless. Those are my top ones. Otherwise, get in some natural light. Like, make yourself look
Yes.
pretty and shiny. Like, get outside. Get some vitamin D. 1, it's good for you, and 2, it'll take great pictures.
Yes, you can.
I'm like,
Raising your hand. Go ahead, Jess. What's up?
yes, tell us.
What was the first app you gave? I didn't want to just interrupt. What
Oh,
was
no,
the
you're
first app that you suggested?
The first app I suggested is Video Shop, and that's
So
to
here's
edit video.
Here's a bonus to Video Shop too, is sometimes when I do it in iMovie, it cuts off part of my video.
Oh, see,
And
I don't have an
like,
iPhone.
Yeah. So I used to use iMovie, but it would like cut off. Like if the video was like tall ways, sometimes it would cut off, or you know, like part of it. And so in Video Shop, it really just keeps the whole video in there.
Yeah, it just
So-
scrunches it down.
Yep. So I only do my videos in Video Shop now. Like if I recorded a couple moves and I want to turn them all into one video, maybe speed them up, maybe turn off the sound, trim them up. Yep. I do it all in there.
Yeah. Video Shop for videos, Snapseed for filters, Unfold for stories.
So here's something. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I would say you can post it in your post, but it's better for stories.
You can, but I really like the Unfold. Also about the Unfold is it saves it all for you. And then you can
Oh,
even go
yes.
in and re-edit it. So if you have still the words in there, you can take out and change the picture. Or you can edit the words and then like reuse those again. So it saves it, and you can even save them in different categories. Like in my Unfold, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. That's nasty. In my Unfold, I have, when it comes up, I have coaching opportunity, stories, MM100, FOMO, shout outs, UPF, coach sneak peek, friends group, challenge group jabs, quotes. So I have even different, and then, because you can add a new like category and name them. So you can be like transformation pictures, invites, free groups, right? Coaching opportunities. And then you go in there, coach sneak peek, and it's already ready for me. I can reuse this. Hi, I'm Melissa, picture of me. Married to my best friend and biggest supporter. Mama to 2 beautiful girls. I still need a picture in there, right? So I just have the beginning. So like it's already saved in there.
Can you change those in the future, or those
Yes.
you can? Okay.
Yeah, so I could go in this one picture of me, and I know it's so lighting is so awful. I could go in there and replace this picture with something else. I can go in and change
Okay, cool.
this wording to something else. And
Cool.
then
Okay,
in the
thanks.
top, so in the top, that download button, I know it's so hard to see. The top right, there's a down arrow and a little thing. When you hit that, it says to device, save, page or story, to device, PDF, Instagram. I just hit Instagram. It takes it straight there, but it also saves it to my phone. But I just love, you can scroll through and see, do you want wording on the top and the bottom of your picture, just in the middle? Julie, you're frozen, come back for a picture. And I really like it. It really cleans it up too, because when you're doing your stories, the picture is the whole story. And when you're doing it on Unfold, there's that nice white background. You can add in some text, some fonts, polls even. So also when I do the polls and the stories, I always do the wording for the story or the wording for the question in the editing, like in the colors. And then I just put the poll and write in for the questions. Like I don't ever, when you pull up the poll, like it lets you write your question on there too. I never do that because it's never like bright enough or dark enough. And so I always do it like on the font on the app in the stories. And then I just add the poll I only add in the questions on the poll. And both questions on the poll need to be something positive. Like for my avocado one, like when I did the networking thing, it was like do an interaction. So I had a picture of guacamole with seeds in it. And I was like, do you know that if you have leftover avocado, you leave the seeds in it, it keeps it from turning green. And please, Mark, what the fuck is that for? Why bring a crying, screaming baby over in my face while I'm trying to like talk? What's the point of that? Thanks, Mark. I don't even know what I was saying. So flustered. Oh, my poll was, I didn't know that, thanks, or what's leftover guacamole? And it was like, everybody was like, what's leftover guacamole? And I was like, that's right, no guac left behind. And like, that was my reply to them, right? Like, that's my tribe. You love avocados, you're for me. So even something like that, like that's not Beachbody related, it's not any of that related, but if you have a little tip like that about cleaning your kitchen, you guys know that I go live with tips all the time, like my Norwex and my oils and things like that. Like those are great fillers in there. You know, we were talking about like on the color wheel. So Holly, can you jump on for a picture? Yay. We love you, lady. Okay. Tease. All right, let's boomerang. And so boomerang, it's hard to save, but I can tag you all and then you can share it from there. So let's celebrate. Did I get everybody? Oh, I cut off Krista Heff. Hurry up, do it again. Oh my God, I cut off Jess. Do it again. I'm the worst. I got everybody. Third time's the charm.
So much practice.
I know. And I'm making the worst. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. I just.
Pretty sure I'm Michael Jackson, but you know, whatever.
Oh, you're doing the hospital.